Okay, welcome back to the deep dive. You've brought us some really powerful source material today.
Yes. It's a story that, well, it really sticks with you. We're focusing on Floribert Bwana Chui.
Floribert Bwana Chui. And this deep dive is about his integrity, his courage.
Exactly. It centers on a pivotal moment in his life. He was a young guy living in Goma in the DRC.
Goma, right.
Yeah.
And he was involved with the Community of Sant'Egidio.
That's right, a member there.
And Sant'Egidio, just for context, is that lay Catholic movement known for, social justice, helping the poor.
Precisely. So that gives you a sense of his background, his values.
Okay. So what happened? This was back in 2007.
Yes, 2007. He was working at the border, specifically dealing with imports. And the core issue, the conflict in the source material, it's pretty stark.
Okay.
He was faced with this situation, a shipment of spoiled food, really bad stuff, potentially dangerous, trying to get into the local market.
Wow. Spoiled food. So stuff that could actually harm people in his own community, the very people Sant'Egidio serves.
Exactly right. And the source, it makes it very clear. This wasn't just like a simple paperwork issue.
Yeah.
No, he was under immense pressure to just let it through.
What kind of pressure are we talking about?
Well, the sources mention explicit threats, attempts at corruption, basically bribes, just look the other way, let it pass.
A direct challenge, then, to everything he seemed to stand for.
Absolutely. And this is where, it gets really compelling. Despite all that pressure, all the threats, he refused.
He just said no.
Flat out refused. And the source really emphasizes this choice wasn't random. It was deeply tied to his Christian faith. And critically, his commitment to the poor, to their dignity, their well-being. He knew who would end up eating that spoiled food.
So his faith wasn't just abstract. It translated directly into this incredibly brave action.
That's what the source suggests, yeah. It's about conviction and action. His beliefs weren't just ideas. They gave him the strength to stand firm even when things got dangerous.
Choosing honesty, justice,
Yeah.
even knowing the risks.
The source basically says he offered his life for justice in that moment by making that stand.
And tragically, that's what happened.
Yes, that's what happened. He was killed. Killed because he wouldn't compromise, wouldn't let those harmful goods through.
It's just, a terrible outcome. But the sources, they draw lessons from this, right?
Absolutely. There's a clear message that comes through, especially, it seems, aimed at young people today.
And what is that message, according to the material?
It's about having the courage, the guts, really, to say no. No to evil, no to corruption, resisting that pressure to just go along with things.
Staying faithful to your values, even when it's incredibly hard.
Exactly, no matter the cost. And what's interesting, the source suggests that this faithfulness, this integrity, it isn't just personal.
How so?
Well, the idea is that simply living that way, making those principled choices in your everyday life, that already starts changing the world.
Okay, that's a powerful idea. That individual integrity has ripples. How does that work, practically speaking?
Well, think about it. By refusing corruption, you break a chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
By putting others' well-being first, you set a different example. Even a tragic event like Floribert's death, it doesn't just end there. It can inspire people.
It shows another way is possible.
Exactly. It chips away at unjust systems just by refusing to play along.
Yeah.
It builds trust, maybe in unexpected ways.
So his sacrifice wasn't in vain. It has this ongoing impact. And isn't there something happening soon related to his legacy? The source mentioned an event.
That's right, a very significant event. Floribert Bwana Chui is going to be beatified by the Catholic Church.
Beatified. Okay, and that's a major step, right?
Yeah.
Towards potentially becoming a saint.
It is. It's the church officially recognizing his heroic virtue, recognizing the extraordinary nature of his stand.
Wow. And this is happening soon? There's a date?
Yes, the beatification is set for June 15th, 2025. It'll be in Rome.
In Rome?
At the Basilica of St. Paul, outside the walls. Pretty major setting.
A huge affirmation, then.
Yeah.
So, wrapping this up, the source gives us this incredible picture. Young man, faith, community faces corruption.
Makes a stand based purely on integrity, caring for the vulnerable.
Pays the ultimate price, tragically, but leaves this powerful message. Standing firm does change things. It resonates today.
It really does. And it leaves a question for you listening, building on that idea from the source. How might standing firm on your values in your own life, big moments or small ones, how might that ripple outwards? How could that impact your community, maybe even beyond? Something to think about.